Okay, here is PTON Peloton Interactive. This finishes at $37.27 today. That is up 25.28%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Here is AMC Entertainment. This finishes at $16.43 today. That is up 10.19%. So measure day for AMC. This was number 1 on StockTwits, so we have to talk about it today. No real reason to justify this price action today. We did have some minor news, which we'll check out in just a second here. And also, memes and growth in general today did pretty well. So AMC was included in that. Let's check out the news here. So first of all, AMC reaches lease agreements with URW. So I think they're opening more theaters in DC and San Diego. Apparently they were former ArcLight locations, which is another movie theater chain. And they have plans on opening more locations very soon. So pretty bullish news there, acquiring and expanding. And then we have some news about the new Batman launch. So if you see the movie at AMC, you get a free NFT, free Batman NFT. Minor news, but pretty cool. So just speculation, today's run caused because of meme stocks going up in general and because of some pretty decent news. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, this does look like a cup and handle in the making here. Bottom of the cup being 1410, and there are multiple possible tops. Looks like it could be 24.35, 30.90, 44.60, 52.40, or even as high as 65, although that's not very realistic. I think the most realistic top is either 24.35 or 30.90, but it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. Those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us this stock should eventually come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 1650 and 1535. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 1650, 1730, 1855, 2035, 2245, 2435, 2535, 2675, 2785, 2895, 3090, 3195, 3365, 3480, and then 3605. There is resistance above 3605, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 1535, 1410, 1295, $12, 1090, 985, 890, 710, 610, 520, $4, 295, and then the low of 205. So right now at this current price, 1643, the channels to the upside are pretty wide, up until 2435. So from 1730 up until 2435, expect a significant increase in price action. And if/when this breaks 2435, expect the price action to come back down to normal. And then to the downside, the channels are pretty narrow. So expect a regular to low amount of price action if this runs to the downside. RSI is currently at 38, so a little bit below average there. Not quite oversold and undervalued, but according to the RSI, this price is below where it really should be. And this did 51 million in volume today, which is below average, so this pump today was not confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. There's really not too much to go off of here, but yeah, we have a bullish indicator in the cup and handle and slightly bullish indicator in the RSI. Really no bearish indicators and no neutral indicators. So overall, the stock does look slightly bullish to bullish in the short and long terms. It does appear like 1410 was the bottom. Hopefully it is. And it looks like the stock is starting to reverse. And hopefully it's only up from here. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, you did miss some pretty good entries already. Down from the bottom at 1410. But here at 1645, it's still not a bad entry. You may be able to get a little bit better if you hold off for a couple days. But I really have no problems with you guys buying in at 1650. Pretty decent entry. And if it pulls back below 1650, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But yeah, it looks like a pretty decent buy. A lot of upside potential, not too much downside potential. Bullish indicators, no bearish indicators. So really can't go too wrong here, going long. So I would support that. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Again, a couple bullish indicators, no bearish indicators, a lot of upside potential, not too much downside potential. And this is AMC. Never underestimate the apes. So I would say going short here would be a high risk, low reward play. Doesn't make too much sense. Way too late to the party. Should have went short a long time ago in the 50, 40, $30 range. Here at 16.45, it's just way too late. Really no point in going short here. Good chance you're going to get squeezed out. So it doesn't seem to be too smart. Don't really see why you would do that. So I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. So pretty straightforward here, guys. Looks like a pretty decent buy in the short and long terms. Can't go too wrong. And really no reason to short this. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC Entertainment. Okay, here is PTON Peloton Interactive. This finishes at $37.27 today. That is up 25.28%. So we talked about the stock yesterday, and today we had earnings, major price action. It was trending pretty high up on StockTwits today. I believe number 2 after AMC. So once again, we will analyze Peloton today. So like I said, we had earnings, and we do have some additional news. So let's check that out first. I have an article from CNBC. Peloton names tech exec Barry McCarthy to replace CEO John Foley. Unveils plan to cut costs. Peloton announced Tuesday it plans to replace its founder and CEO John Foley and cut 2,800 jobs, or about 20% of corporate positions. Barry McCarthy, former chief financial officer of Spotify and Netflix, will become CEO and president and join Peloton's board. Peloton said it expects to slash roughly $800 million in annual costs and reduce capital expenditures by about $150 million this year. And now the earnings. So EPS was negative $1.39, which missed the estimate of negative $1.2. And then revenue was $1.13 billion, which missed the estimate of $1.5 billion. So pretty bad earnings. They missed on both EPS and revenue. And I'm not exactly sure if the news is bullish or bearish. I guess it's subjective. It could be bearish because they're not doing well financially and having to downsize a lot. But it could be bullish because they're reorganizing their company to make a comeback. So the news is subjective, but earnings-wise, they did pretty bad. So I don't really understand what's going on here. Bad earnings, possible bearish news, but the stock is mooning today, up another 25%. It kind of seems like the apes like the stock and are buying the dip and low-key causing a short squeeze here. Just speculation, but really can't explain what's happening here. This is pretty weird. But hey, not complaining. Pretty interesting stuff going on here. So let's go ahead and analyze now. So first of all, we have a gap down at around $86. So that is a bullish indicator that is telling us the stock should eventually come back up to $86 to fill that gap. It may take a while, but eventually it should. And then we also have a gap up at $24.50. So that would be a bearish indicator that is telling us the stock should eventually come back down to $24.50 to fill that gap. This also looks like a possible cup and handle in the making. Bottom of the cup being around 23. And there could be multiple possible tops. It could be $43, $47, $55, $62, $93, or even $97. Although I do think the most realistic tops would be somewhere in the $43 to $55 range. But no matter where the top is, those are all bullish indicators that is telling us the stock should eventually come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. And this also looks like a possible bull flag forming, which would be a bullish indicator. No confirmation just yet, but we do have a flag pole formed. So all that's needed is the flag next to get confirmation. And that would suggest that the stock would like to break out to the upside. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 37.55. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 37.55, 40.55, 42.85, 44.85, 47.30, 49.55, 51.40, 54.95, 58, 62.35, 69.65, 75.75, 80.15, and then 84.10. There is resistance above 84.10, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 34.05, 32.25, 29.35, 27.80, 26.15, 24.60, 22.80, 21.60, and then the low of 17.70. So right now at this current price, 37 27. The channels to the upside are pretty wide. So if this continues to run to the upside, expect a significant increase in price action, especially if/when this breaks 51.40, the channels get really wide. And to the downside, the channels are also pretty wide up until 29.35. So expect a significant amount of price action, but if/when this breaks 29.35, expect a significant decrease in price action. RSI is currently at 60, so a little bit above average there, but nothing to be too concerned about just yet. And this did 245 million in volume today. Biggest volume day ever for this stock, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Alright guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So longer term, this does look like a pretty good buy. A lot of bullish indicators, gap down, cup and handle, bull flag, and we have a bearish indicator in the gap up and slightly bearish indicator in the high RSI and volume. So I think in the shorter term, this will pull back a little bit, but longer term, it does look like a pretty good buy. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, personally, I would hold off for a little bit. I do think this will come back down to 24.60 to fill the gap up. I think if you were to buy in right here at 37.25, that would be kind of FOMO. You could get burned pretty bad. You can lose around 40 to 50% if you buy in here, because you already missed 2 days of major price action to the upside. So I would personally resist FOMO here. I would set the buy orders at 24.60 where the gap is, and I think that'd be a really, really excellent entry. So I don't like the current entry of 37.25, but hold off for a little bit, maybe a couple of days, couple of weeks, and you should be able to get a much better entry at 24.60. And if it pulls back below 24.60, then you can just average it down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, honestly, it looks like a pretty decent play, but it's pretty risky as well. Like I said, it should pull back to 24.60 to fill the gap. So from this current price, that'd be around a 40 to 50% downside. So a lot of tendencies to be made to the downside here, but it is pretty scary because this is like low-key short squeezing right now. And if this does continue to run to the upside in the meantime, which it very well could, you could get in some trouble here. So it does look like a good play to me, but I would only recommend doing that if you're able to withstand upside pressure here, if you have the bankroll for it, because there's a good chance this goes to the upside for a little bit longer. So I would say going short here would be a medium risk, high reward play. Definitely worth a shot, but again, there is a bit of risk involved. So if you decide to do that, please do it at your own risk, and please cover at 24.60 where the gap is. You don't want to hold this one too long on the short side, but could pay off pretty big. In summary, short term, I think it's going to pull back. Longer term, it definitely looks like a good buy. A lot of upside potential here. It should eventually come back up to 84.10 and higher. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is PTON Peloton Interactive. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.